Is it a win for Obama? Is it a win for the country? I mean, people are looking at the SCOTUS decisions as a win for the administration. The trade deal was a win for the president, which it was based on the political calculations of what happened there.
Polling numbers are many, varied, and often mean absolutely nothing in the long run. Yet one set of numbers focused on the president proves to be very revealing about the American mindset and could indicate how little time people really spend on deciding if their leaders are getting the job done. All right. Sally Forth, then, to the Tuesday News Call. She is the syndicated radio talker whose voice has been heard across America on Sirius XM, locally in my old hometown of New York City and Philadelphia. Pleasure to welcome Hilarie Barsky. And he is not afraid to tell people he can start fires with his mind, which, of course, means he will be a natural choice in the sequel to Firestarter if Stephen King has any common sense. Gracing stages across America as a comedian after interning as a journalist for many years. Wow. Also a pleasure to welcome Joe DeVito. We thank you both for being here. And Joe, because you were a journalist once, you get a mea culpa on this one just for being part of this. There you go. All right, Hilarie, let's go ahead and start with you on this one. The new poll out, CNN ORC poll, says that 50% of Americans approve of the way that the president is handling the presidency, 52% in the new poll for the economy. But one thing that's interesting, the approval rating, if you look at the racial disparity, 91% of blacks approve and 39% of whites approve. An amazing and what could almost be, I think, maybe a frightening disparity in race relations in this country again.
Yeah, well,
yes, and we don't need that to be any worse.
Hang on one sec. Hang on one sec, Joe. Joe, hold on one sec. I got Hilarie going there first. Go ahead, Hilarie. That's okay.
See, he's just a typical comedian.
It's a comedian. Okay. He just wants to get on stage first. It's all right. We got it. Go ahead, Hilarie.
Of course. Don't you know, Joe, that I'm headlining? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just think that, no, that's not a good indication. But last week was a trifecta for the president. He had 3 good things on his plate. It was a very wonderful performance. He had same-sex marriage, a good thing. Obamacare, and then the funeral and his performance on Friday was just a wonderful thing. And he's a person who can bridge communities, and that's what he does. But in terms of race relations, obviously, you know, it could improve vastly in this country. It has to, and there's a huge disparity as we see it.
It tells people, I guess, in many ways, Joe, that we have more work now to do than we did when the president actually took office as far as race relations in this country.
Oh, absolutely. And I apologize before. If you said Hillary was going to speak, my natural reaction is to start talking over someone named Hillary giving their point of view. So I apologize for that.
Well done. Well played.
I think you have to throw out that 91% number because that means that no matter what he does, he's going to get the approval with that audience. So I don't think we can really take that as a number that's going to change. I think the president had a pretty good week last week because for once he wasn't even disappointing the people who voted for him, and that's been unusual for the past couple of years.
Would be very unusual, as a matter of fact. Here's something that's not unusual. Ted Cruz is making news. And, Joe, I'm going to begin with you on this one. The senator has proposed a constitutional amendment that would basically have the Supreme Court undergo retention elections instead of just being appointed. Some people are laughing at this, but some people are saying maybe it's time.
Yeah, I think elections is definitely going to remove the political aspect from the judges. I think the problem is that they're lifetime appointments, and I think what we need to do is have the judges serve a term of about 10 years and then have them euthanized immediately after.
Well, I'm not too sure. Let me put down the euthanization here right away and make sure that you're no longer on the Christmas card list for any of the Supreme Court justices this year. Hilarie, let's take the euthanization out of it here for a moment.
Okay.
Quickly moving on. But wait a minute.
Right.
Ted Cruz, does he have a point here? Because lifetime appointments for judges do indeed bring about an era of caution.
Yes. Of course he does. What is he calling this? Water retention? Judicial retention. Yes, that's what he wants. He's just trying. He's grasping at straws. Even Bobby Jindal was not in favor of this. It also, when are judges? Okay, you want judges to be politicians? Well, maybe some of them are. He wants the whole system to be revamped because he didn't get his way last week. So he's just decided that this is the way to do it. But I think it's very faulty. The judicial branch should not be subjected to public opinion. And that's what he wants. He wants to turn this into politics, and then you're going to have judges campaigning and getting money, and that equals corruption. So is that really a good idea? Now, Bobby Jindal said, in response to him, say what you will about Bobby Jindal, that he says that the president needs to appoint judges who can read the Constitution.
Politics. Gee, what a shocker. A politician
Yes.
looking for politics.
Yes.
We never thought it possible.
Yes.
Little over a minute to
Never.
go. Final thing. Here we go. Hillary, you first. A Jennifer Aniston
Yes.
post comes up on Facebook. Turns out to be completely fake. It's not Jennifer Aniston, but it's making a comparison between the Iwo Jima flag and a flag of the LGBT, which is
Yes.
basically in the same mode as the Iwo Jima flag. Well, two things, as I said. First of all, Jennifer Aniston didn't do this. And second of all, this picture's 15 years old, Hillary. It's not like it's brand new.
Right. I know. She's busy selling smart water, Ed. You know that. She wouldn't do that.
And making a lot of money.
But it was a hoax on her Facebook. She certainly is. I just saw a billboard as I was traveling here to your beautiful studios. I just think that that particular flag should stay. I'm talking about the flag, the Iwo Jima, the American flag there. That was a very pivotal battle during the war.
Well, let me
World
do
War
this. Let
II.
me ask this, Hillary.
And-
Does it insult you to see this comparison?
Well, I
It
think what
doesn't
insults me is that
I
you
think
have,
it's disrespectful.
Hold on one sec. There you go. Joe, you just want a headline. That's all it is. Okay, Hillary, 20 seconds
No, we're
to
like
you. Are you
married
insulted?
already. I'm not insulted. I think it's disrespectful. I believe in human rights, in gay rights. I don't think it's the time or the place. Wave the flag, but not there.
20 seconds to you, Joe. Does it insult you?
What insults me is all this real outrage over a fake photo. If that had been a real Jennifer Aniston account, it would have been for Angelina Jolie's planting a flag on Brad Pitt. I think anyone could have seen that.
And it's 15 years old. There you go.
Yes.
Why weren't we all concerned
There
15
you
years
go.
ago and everybody brings it up now? This has been great. And next
wasn't-
time we're going to let
wasn't
Joe
important.
go ahead and headline. Joe DeVito, Hilarie Barsky.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to have you both on the show. We'll do it again. Thanks so much. Have
Thank
a great
you,
4th
Ed.
of July.
Thanks.
All right, coming up next, the Money Master and how to make and lose millions in no time. Isn't that what really it's all about? Next on MidPoint.